What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Big Fry, and shout out to the Fry Nation. So today was an interesting day for game critics and game reviewers, and basically anybody in the gaming industry who is covering games and the media. And Bethesda just dropped a bomb on a bunch of people. Bethesda's no longer sending early review copies to the media. This started back with Doom this year. They actually did not send any review copies until the day before release. And usually when you see a product do that, a game or a developer do that, it's usually a bad sign because they're trying to hold out so that the reviews can't come day one, and they try to trick people into purchasing the game based on advertising and marketing hype, and then it comes out that the reviews come out a couple days late, but by then they already have your money and the game sucks dick. Now, I'm not saying Doom sucked dick. I'm saying that it's usually a bad sign when companies decide to do this. It shows that they have no confidence in their product and that they're scared to let people play it early so that you have reviews to reference from on day one. Now, it's funny because their excuse for Doom was that the servers wouldn't be turned on prior to launch. So they say that Doom Snap Map and multiplayer modes both require access to the server, not going to be turned on prior to launch. So they wanted the reviewers and everybody to experience the complete package. It's not like the last 10 years reviewing multiplayer games has been terrible, but now with Doom, you need to experience the whole thing, and we're not turning on the servers prior to launch for you. That's the excuse. But now they've come out and said that they're doing it for Dishonored 2 as well as Skyrim Special Edition, both single-player games. So now it begs the question, how the fuck are they going to excuse this one? And here's what they say. This is golden. The reason behind this decision is that we want everyone, including those in the media, to experience our games at the same time. And if you translate that into company talk, we don't want reviews coming out showing negatives about our games before consumers have a chance to purchase the title. That's all it is. This is so anti-consumer that it's not even funny. And I hope people are actually talking about this because this sets a very nasty precedent. Because who stands to benefit from any of this? It's not the consumer. It's not regular gamers who are looking for reviews to figure out if a game's good. You won't have any. It's not the critics, because how the infrastructure works with critiques and reviews is if you're not first, you're pretty much last. Unless you're somebody like GameSpot or IGN. It's very cutthroat here. If somebody who watches me and watches somebody else in the same realm as me, if that person gets a review out first and then they've gotten the person to either buy the game or not, so I lose out on that view. Because I've already seen the review, I already bought the game, I don't need to watch it. It's very competitive space. So now me as a critic getting a review copy the day before the game comes out, and I want to make sure that look at what happened with Mafia. I picked up Mafia on my own. I didn't get a review copy for it. I bought it on my own, and I was going to write the entire review, but of course I have to buy it at the same time you guys do, right? Because I'm not the type of guy to get a bunch of review copies from a bunch of different companies yet, but that's coming down the pipe. But I had to do it as fast as I can. I was going to wait 3 or 4 days and then put out a full review, but I realized the game was fucking garbage. And I had to put that video out as fast as I could to let everybody know, like, hey, save your money, guys. Don't fucking waste your money on this trash. And look what happened. That video went 50,000 views up. And everybody is saying the same thing. Like, yo, I agree. This game was fucking garbage. And that's the point. You have to be first, especially when you have an opinion that's not going to suck the developer's dick. You have to be first. And now you can't be. Unless you rush through the title, and then now you're going to have people, rightfully so, questioning how much time you put into this or this, the multiplayer, or how much did you actually watch the cutscenes in the story. It makes people overlook things and underthink things when they are pushed for time. And that's all this is doing for the people who critique. The only people, what I'm trying to say, the only people that stand to benefit at all from this is Bethesda. Because if you want to buy Skyrim Edition day one, You have no reviews to look at. What if the game is buggy as fuck? And guess what, Bethesda? Your games are always buggy as fuck, and it's getting worse and worse. So somebody wants to buy it day one, you have no reviews to go off of. They pick up the game, and let's say I drop my review 2 days later, it doesn't matter. Because people have already gotten the money, right? IGN drops their review 2 days later, people have already paid for it. It only stands to benefit Bethesda, but here's the problem. And here's where the irony comes in with how fucking hypocritical this gaming industry is. Because they go on to acknowledge that some gamers rely on reviews to make their purchasing decisions, stating that if that's the case, we encourage you to wait for your favorite reviewers to share their thoughts. So in this case, where it actually helps Bethesda to do this, they want you to wait. At the same time, putting pre-orders for Dishonored 2 how many months in advance? You want us to wait when it benefits you. But you want us to put our fucking money down now when it benefits you. So that's where I'm going with this. If you have the right, Bethesda, you have the absolute right to withhold keys. Like it's in your right. You don't have to give anybody, you don't owe anybody anything. We get it. But we don't know you shit either. And if you wanna push that anti-consumer bullshit on us, I highly suggest everybody watching this video who doesn't work at Bethesda, don't fucking pre-order anything from Bethesda. Ever. Don't pre-order anything from anybody. If companies are gonna start doing this, don't support the shit. How can Bethesda sit there and say that this benefits everybody? Fuck you. When we saw the frame dips on console for Fallout 4, how can you justify that? And instead of fixing your games, you guys would rather just say, fuck it. We'll just try to squeeze as much out at launch as possible. Fucking scumbags, dude. I was planning on covering every AAA game this holiday season, and that included Dishonored 2. Skyrim I wasn't going to bother with because we've already seen it, but Dishonored 2 was going to be one of those ones that I picked up. Not anymore. Fuck you, Bethesda. Like, really, the fucking audacity. But again, you're in your right, and we're in our right to boycott everything that you do. Don't pre-order shit from you. And basically just try not to support this policy as much as possible. Instead of updating policies that fuck over consumers, why don't you update your gaming engines so that our character models don't look like the toys from Toy Story 3 going halfway through that fire at the end? Fucking pathetic, man.